Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And this is our recipe of the week. And what is the name of it?
It is creamy chicken fajita pasta. And this is a try something new recipe for us. So we're trying somebody else's recipe and we'll have it linked in the description. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we did was we prepped all the ingredients. And for the sake of time, to keep our video down to a normal video size, we went ahead and did that. And so let's just tell you, we took 2 chicken breasts and cut it into like 1/2 inch cubes or so. And it did say to use 1, but we felt like our chicken breasts were kind of small, so we went with those. This is green onions that we've already sliced, and a bell pepper that we have cut up. It did call for an onion, but we don't like onions, or like the texture of an onion, a yellow onion. So we left that part out. We needed 4 ounces of cream cheese. We needed a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. We got that ready. We got some cooking oil ready. And it also called for a fajita spice mix. It did in the recipe include the ingredients for this, and so we went ahead and included it. The recipe will be linked in the description, so you'll be able to see which spices make up this. The only difference that we did from what they said was they said to use sugar in it, and we're kind of used to spices, so we don't see a reason to add sugar to something that's hot. To balance it out, we don't feel the need for that. We just go with it without the sugar in it. No need to add sugar to your food as far as we are concerned. So we left that part out. And then we also have 8 ounces of penne pasta boiling, and as soon as that's done, we're going to put this all together and we will show you that part.
Okay, so we added a tablespoon of oil and we put it on medium heat and heat it up, and now we're going to add the chicken. Gonna stir that around. And
we're about to add the fajita mix, I believe. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, and this fajita mix that I made following the directions, except for the sugar part. Okay, so we're gonna mix that around to get those spices mixed in with the chicken. And we're just gonna basically be looking for it to just have a slight, browning on the chicken. And then when that's done, we will be taking it and removing it from the skillet onto a plate so that we can do the next step, okay? Okay, so we took the chicken out and put it in a bowl when it was browned. And now we're adding our bell pepper. It wouldn't be me if I don't spill some. And we're just going to saute that around. If you use the yellow onion, like the recipe calls for, you would also have that in the skillet at the same time. You'd basically be sauteing it until it gets some brown edges or whatever on it. So we will show you that when we get to the next step. At this step, we are going to add our fire roasted diced tomatoes. And our 4 ounces of cream cheese. It says when that forms like a creamy sauce together, then you move on to your next step. Okay, so we've been mixing that around. It looks like we've got a fairly creamy mix there. So now we're gonna add our pasta in. Get in there, get. All right, and we're gonna add our chicken back in there. And we're going to mix that together, and the idea is to get the creamy sauce, all over your noodles and your chicken. Okay, and so then there's one last thing that you do. You just take the sliced onions, which we don't mind the texture of green onions. You just sprinkle it on top, and you are good to go.
All right, so here's the finished product right there.
It looks good.
Then we're gonna give it a little tasty.
Yep. That's good, and I have no idea why you would need sugar in that.
Yeah, no, do not, please, do not add sugar to that. If you want it to taste like fajitas, don't add sugar. Don't add sugar. For me, I would probably, don't put sugar in this.
It doesn't need it.
It does not need it. It tastes pretty good without it.
So skip that part in the...
You're probably going to get more of a sweet taste to it if you do.
Yeah, never...
I mean,
in my opinion, I've never had fajitas with
if you want to
sweet
add the
taste
sugar
it.
to the seasoning and then let us know what it tastes like, please be our guest, but we won't be adding sugar to that.
We just don't feel like it needs the sugar, and adding sugar is something that contributes to health problems, so why add it?
Yeah,
Why if it's a sweet dessert, it makes sense, but why add it to a spicy food? I don't get it.
For me, I would probably not have the bell peppers in there because I'm not a big bell pepper guy. But I mean, you can't really taste them, so
It doesn't matter. It makes sense. Fajitas usually have bell peppers in it, so that makes sense. We used whole wheat penne pasta instead of flour penne pasta. It did not call for that. It didn't even call for penne pasta. It was just like whatever kind of pasta you want. So we chose that just to make it slightly healthier. There's a fly in here. It apparently likes it too. Anyway, I like it. I would eat this again, and we did say while we were fixing a camera issue that we had that we might would like more spices in it.
Yeah, a little more
Not
spice
quite
to it.
hot as we thought it should have been.
Yep.
So that's how much you don't need sugar. We needed more spice.
Yep.
So
All right.
anyway.
Yep. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for notifications when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. Check out some of our other videos. We're going to be floating around there, around our heads. If you like this one, if you try it, let us know in the comments below. Tag us on the gram, Long Run Joel and Christy. Let us know if you tried it, and if you used the sugar. If you didn't use the sugar, if you spiced it up a little more, if you changed some things, if you added some things that we didn't add, let us know that too. We want to know those things. So I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christine.
And don't forget, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.